I just got a great idea. So while I was meditating, while receiving an activation from Masters of the Void organization, my heart power, it skyrocketed. I had a peak flow state. I'm able to measure the beneficial results of that activation, that it inspired within me a higher state of coherency, a higher alignment with my divinity, as measured with our soul compass, either a ring or a watch. We're able to detect when I am in a higher state of coherence, when I'm ringing true. My heart power skyrockets. This is me receiving liquid love, source energy is coming in. I'm replenishing, rejuvenating, restoring. I'm coming online. I'm tapped in. I'm connected. I can now trust myself. I have more power to create with my thoughts and feelings a more satisfied reality. The value of that experience is truly infinite because I'm tapped into my infinite source and I am eternal. And this metric is literally validating that I am receiving replenishment from source, free energy from source. And it's what makes my heart beat. So it makes sense that we're looking at the heart, but not in the time domain, more in the frequency domain, the energy, the power domain. What is the power of my heart when I'm in resonance with the divine, with my true self? That's when I'm really turned on. That's when I'm of greatest value. That's when I have perfect timing. And everything is just easier and with grace and with joy. And there's just, it's really satisfying feelings, right? It's uplifting. It's empowering. I feel invincible. I feel super creative. And the creation is really satisfying to not just me, but everyone around me who's in on it. So imagine the value of this. It's actually infinite because I'm connected with the infinite, with the divine source. It's infinite. And if I'm tapped into that and I can measure that, well, then I'm reaching for the stars. I'm reaching for divinity. And if I'm able to allow that to come in and measure that and validate that and mint a digital token of achievement of this state of infinite value. Because I mean, this is where the musicians write the next best hit song and where athletes win records and break them, and where creators create the next best blockbuster movie. Like, this is true power and true value. So what do you think an NFTOM, a non-fungible token of me, is worth when I mint one by virtue of improving myself, by measurably achieving these higher states? It's really priceless. It's like, you know, what's the value of love and health and freedom? They're way up there. And money can't buy these things. So whatever the value is of this state, this essence of my alignment with divinity, it's really priceless. And compared to money, it's really hard to even put a number on the value. So imagine what would happen if more people were to discover this in themselves and in each other, because this is what makes co-creation really delicious, is creating and co-creating with other people who are also at an elevated state. Then that's when the team wins. That's what's happening. So we want more of this for ourselves and to be of value to our team and our families and our community. So I'm asking, what is the value? What would you pay for one of these tokens? Right? I mean, obviously money can't buy love and money can't buy health or joy or happiness, but it's worth something. And it's, part of the new world, the win-win world of abundance, where nobody loses when you gain. And, there can be more joy, there can be more love. Nobody has to give up anything in a win-win world in order for you and everyone else to have more. This is true you. And this is the new world we want to create. And we can create it by having a great story about somebody buying the first and most valuable NFTOM ever created. And that could be the NFTOM that was minted when I received the benefit of rising to my higher true self as a result of receiving an activation from Masters of the Void. That NFTOM, I believe, is worth millions. Now imagine what would happen if somebody actually bought that for even $1 million. Imagine the story that would follow. Imagine the number of people who would then finally get it, why there's such value in you becoming a better you and becoming happier and more valuable. There's so many NFTs that have been sold that have been worthless and manipulated, and it's been kind of demoralizing. Wouldn't there be a great story when the first NFTOM is sold for $1 million? That somebody gets it, that there's that much value in each of us simply just mining ourselves, improving ourselves. We are the value, and our true value is infinite. When you calibrate to your true self and start flowing and allowing this power to come in and elevate you, like, your life is transformed and you can't go back. You just graduate to what it feels like to feel truly abundant. And there's no artificial way to achieve that state of nirvana. So if we could craft a method, if we could craft a really beautiful win-win transaction to demonstrate the value of anyone having these peak states of connection to their true power, to the divine true self. Game on. We'd be able to really gamify true you. People would realize, wow, if there's value in that and someone's willing to buy these tokens that are minted for my self-improvement, in particular, the sky's the limit, there's no cap, right? There's no cap. It's as valuable as you are. You are infinitely valuable. Every single person has this potential. And it would make for the most incredible game of life to gamify and self-actualize your true self. You know, there wouldn't be any joy in even faking this. The value is really what happens to you when you dip into this, when you discover this and start playing the game. You're like, whoa, oh, I get it. It's not even for the tokens. It's really for this intangible value of upliftment and joy and empowerment and feeling alive and being of value to others. And now you're expanding and you're having fun, and like it's just the new normal, right? So this whole thing is just looking for a tipping point. What's going to cause this to happen? Like, because right now it's just theory. There's just a theory that it's worthwhile to meditate and tune in and calibrate and, you know, see if you can access and connect with your divine true self. Well, this would really give it tremendous extrinsic value. And that's what I think will cause the tipping point. This will result in it will start an avalanche, a good one. All of a sudden, when people realize there's a market for improving yourself in this coherent way, it's not about, you know, steps or sweat or sacrifice or, you know, depleting yourself or compromising or, you know, feeling pain. It's like, that's not a value, not even your time, wasting your time. Like all of a sudden the light bulbs are just going to go off. People are going, oh my God, that's it. That's of great value. You know, not measuring how much time you put into something or your effort or what your sacrifice was, that there's no value in that. And even being scarce doesn't make it more valuable. It's how much are you leveraging your true self? How much are you flowing your true self? How authentic are you? Because that has the energy to uplift others and be of value to others. There's wisdom in that. And when people realize that this is an asset, these tokens are assets, storing the value of those achievements, of those moments, and there's a market now for those tokens. There's going to be a lot of people wanting to mint these tokens and improve themselves and discover for themselves the true value of who you are and how powerful and valuable and infinitely abundant you are. The light bulb's going to go off. And I want to do this with anyone who hears this video and is inspired to co-create with me, who gets it and wants to be a part of the launching of this marketplace for these non-fungible tokens of me that can only come in existence when I improve myself measurably, validated by token of me and the soul compass. These tokens cannot come into existence any other way. And that's what makes them so valuable. because you can buy them with your existing currencies, but those can't make them. They can only be minted or come into creation by virtue of a person measurably achieving a higher state of coherency, of flowing your divine true self. Proof of coherency, proof of resonance, proof of alignment. There can be an infinite number of new proofs on the blockchain that your computer is not satisfying. You are. Mine yourself. You are the value. And when more people realize how much value is flowing to them, and all you gotta do is let more in to realize and actualize your true self. Game on. This is gonna be an amazing time for the new world to come into creation with co-creators operating at this new level of harmonic resonance with their true selves. It is really an amazing feeling. The closest thing is an orgasm, but this is like cosmic. This is like you just falling in love with you and everything in the world. You come into awareness, conscious awareness of your God self. That's what's coming. And that's what these tokens represent. And that's why they will be the most valuable tokens ever created.